What's up, my man?
Hey, how you doing, Jeremy?
Yeah, I cannot complain. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well, brother.
Hey, I can hear you. I just can't see you yet.
Let me see what's going on with that. There we go.
There he is, the man, the myth, the legend. How we doing?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well.
Good. Hey, what state are you in?
I'm in Florida.
Oh man, jealous. What part of Florida?
We're in Sarasota over on the West Coast.
Okay, I'm in the Midwest, man. I'm in Omaha, Nebraska, so I don't get the cool palm trees.
Okay. Yeah.
So, man, today's phone call is all about you, brother. We just want to find out more about you, like where you're at with your online fitness business, where you want to get to, probably the biggest challenges you're facing, and hopefully I can provide you some sense of clarity. Is that cool?
Absolutely, man. Yeah, I'm really right at the beginning. So, kind of my story is I've been in the fitness space for about 15 years doing one-on-one personal training. I was working with Crunch Fitness for almost 11 of those years, and just kind of tired of the corporate lifestyle. Wanted to branch out on my own and become more of an entrepreneur. And I decided to resign, and I moved into a small studio space. And even though I automatically started making more money because I had less overhead and didn't have to pay the gym as much, I still find that there's big ceiling. You know what I mean? It's coming up quick because there's only so many hours in a day that I can work. And what I want to do is I want to diversify into the online space where I can create an offering that is more of a premium offering, something that is obviously replicatable, that I'll be able to set up and create more of a passive income. I know I'm going to have to put a lot of legwork in and still do sales and things like that, especially in the beginning. But the goal is, create something that eventually will be able to grow and almost be a little bit self-automated.
Yeah, 100%. So, if I'm hearing you correctly, we're looking at doing some hybrid style training, right? So a little bit in person, a little bit of online. Eventually, are we still staying with that model, or are we looking to eventually go full time online?
I'd like to do kind of full time online. However, my eventual goal is to use the money that I make from this to reinvest and start my own space, like create my own small training studio. I love doing the in person stuff. What I would do is I would just cut way down and just work with people that really pique my interest. Some of the athletes and people with injuries and things like that.
Yeah, man, I love that dynamic because I was kind of in the same spot you were. I'm not sure how old you are. I'm 41. So like at 39, 40, like my body started feeling like all the sessions I was putting in. So I was training like 40 sessions a week, 2 to 3 times a week. Money was great, charging 150 a session. But my wife was like, dude, you got to get your ass home. So eventually that's exactly what I did, man. So I love what you got going on there. How many in-person clients do you currently serve?
Right now I'm working with 24. I've got I'm 38, by the way, so yeah, I'm kind of in the same spot that you were. And yeah, like I haven't had to lead generate or really try to grow my business for a while because I've been kind of maxed out on what my capacity is, because I've had a lot of retention over the years and a lot of loyal clients. So
Yeah, that's the name of the game in in-person training. Once you have that sweet spot of nothing but referrals from high ticket clients, you don't need to do anything else, right? So
right.
You're right. It does limit it a little bit, but then we also get stuck in that stagnation of not being able to get like the brand new people that we really want. So I totally feel where you're coming from. Any online clients at all?
No, not right now. No, nobody.
Okay, perfect. I get that. All right. Now, what do you feel like? I guess really quick too, what are you charging? What's your rate for in-person right now?
I start at 105, and then I incentivize for commitment level. So my 100 pack of sessions is 9,000. So my rate drops to 90 at the lowest.
Okay, get that. Perfect. Okay. Now, as far as income wise, for us to eventually replace your
I
in-person, what would we need
like
to be making to have that
yeah.
happen?
In the beginning, my goal for maybe the first year is to get to 10K a month, and then second year I'd like to double that, and, you know, hopefully get to the point where I'm making 30, 40 plus K a month. So is really what I would like to be at.
Let me give you some context on how quickly this could actually happen for a guy like you, because it happened fast as shit for me. Okay. So with you having as many in-person clients, what I would call is I call it the revolving door effect. So like if you have 24 clients, if we can start kind of figuring out maybe just initially, maybe taking 5 or 10 people that don't really excite you and be like, hey, I'm actually making a transition to online. It's actually going to save you some coin, but you're not really giving them that option. And then you keep the people that you really love, like just fills your cup and like makes you want to get up and train, right? Those individuals, you'll train them for maybe a couple more months, say, I'm training you. Hey, Jameson, my man, you're killing it out here. You're still going to get the same type of deal with me, but I'm going to do one special for you. I'm actually going to give you my online price, but we'll still meet up once or twice a month for coffee to kind of go over your goals. So we still get that one-on-one experience. And then what happens is those people are like, man, he's giving me he believes in me. He's got confidence because now we know we can execute the game plan. And secondly, he's giving me a price discount. And then he's going to start, those high ticket people are going to give you more referrals. So you keep a couple at a time, run them through for 3 to 4 months, send them on to online. And now pretty soon, a ton of your base that was previous in person is now building up your actual clientele for your online. So now we're getting a room for new people to adjust who you are, right? Because part of your money maker is probably your personality and your expertise, right? People love that, right?
Right.
So people would pay top dollar for my advanced level of programming. I'd hype them up. I'd talk crazy shit to them, and they'd love that, which would get them to buy and be like, man, you gotta mess with Jeremy. And then after 3 to 4 months, boom, I'm sending them. Then eventually I got to the point where I was down to 10. I'd cut them down and say, hey, I'm moving forward online to online fully. If this is something that you want to fully commit to, you know, I'll make sure that's worth your time. If not, I'll set you up with another trainer. Long story short, my retention rate right now, my average is like 1.5 years long retention. So I only offer 4, 8, 12 months. And I kind of do similar to what you do. I kind of get them excited to like maybe go down and lock in at a longer term. So 4, 8, 12, my 4 month was equivalent to like $450 per month. Obviously I want to get them to pay in full. My 3 month or my 8 month was equivalent to $375 and my year was $350. So they see a smaller number, but I get them for a lot longer term. So I get an overall larger payout. I'm keeping them for longer periods of time. So right. That gives me a room to really start cycling in some new fresh blood. Now, with you being so seasoned as you are, I'm pretty assuming you're really well known in your community. Is that right?
I am, yeah.
Yeah. So this is where we want to start thinking outside the box. So this will help you. We'll kind of go over this in the presentation, but think about, we call them conversation calls, which is like outbound marketing, but we're not going to be utilizing DMing. There's got to be a couple supplement companies. Like for instance, I'm partnered with a supplement company out here. I have all of my clients on some type of specific supplementation based upon their goals. That supplement company in return gives me like 30 referrals a month because I'm supporting their business. So anyone that walks into a supplement store is health and fitness conscious to a degree, right? So I'm getting a ton of business, not even trying, just because I supported that business, right? My wife, she's in healthcare. I'll go do free seminars, talk to these CEOs about how I can maximize employee time so there's less sick days, more return of investment, getting 15 referrals off of that alone. So I'm constantly thinking and figuring out different ways to build my clientele based off my bread and butter that I actually originally created from in person, but now I can filter it to online. Does that make sense?
It does. Yeah, absolutely. 100%.
Yeah. So this would be a gold mine for a guy like you. Okay, cool. Outside of that, what do you feel like is the biggest challenge to get this thing up and running the way that you want it?
I think for me, it's the logistics of getting online and doing the right marketing and using the right templates and just, getting a feel for the right way to do it, setting up, what funnels or what do they call faucets and stuff like that for lead generation and other ways to try to maximize potential for clientele. Because if you're getting 1,000 plus referrals a month, then it's going to be a little bit easier to sell those packages. So
yeah, 100%. Cool. What do you feel like you've tried to like overcome this challenge, or is this our first steps?
These are my first steps because basically the way that I'm thinking about it is, I've done a lot of outside investing, and it's time for me to finally invest back in myself And I know a lot about personal training and about the body and things like that, but when it comes to being a salesperson online and knowing the online space, I'm pretty green. So
Yeah, it's a different monster.
absolutely. So I, I'm a firm believer in coaches, and I think the right coach can definitely put you in the right direction and maximize success. So I'm just looking for, somebody or a group of people that can, that are like-minded, that can help me achieve that.
Yeah, I love that you said that because think of the greats, whether insert whatever favorite sports player, Michael Jordan, Tom Brady, Wayne Gretzky, insert whoever. All the things they had common is they were all developed. They had natural God-given abilities, but they were primed and guided through coaching, right? Tom Brady would be Tom Brady without Bill Belichick, period,
Yeah.
right? So I love when you say coaches need coaches. A lot of people figure I can do this on my own. Yeah, you probably could, but you're going to cap your potential versus someone else that has an
Yeah.
outside, perspective. We can get this thing growing a lot faster. Cool. What do you feel like you need from a mentor or a business coach to like push you to that next level?
I honestly, I think a lot of it for me is the logistics, like what type of platform should I be using? What are some of the different apps that I might use to try to create content and to market to a larger mass audience? Uh, how do you even go about, editing a lot of that stuff? I'm not that familiar and would need to learn more about all of that. So really it's from A to Z for me. I'm a quick learner, and I definitely I understand the online space and how things are working these days, but I definitely don't have any experience as far as trying to sell any products on there.
100%. Now, where would you like to see yourself in the next 4 to 6 months differently than where you're currently at?
I'd like to see a significant increase in stream of income, where maybe I'm doubling what I'm taking in right now, where I'm a little over 100,000 annually, and I'd really in 4 months I'd like to start seeing that tick up very quickly. And what I'd really like to do is within that time frame, I'd like to be able to create my offering, have a customized plan that I'm already putting out online and creating revenue.
Beautiful, man. I love where we're at. I'm going to do a quick recap to make sure I got everything. You can tell me if I messed up somewhere, if I missed something. Cool.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely.
All right, my man. We are 38 years old. We're based out of Florida. We've got right now 24 in-person clients charging roughly between 105 to 90 based upon the length of terms. Right now, we have no online clients, and that's really why we're on the call. We want to branch out. We want to diversify. We want to impact more people as much as possible. Our main focal point eventually is to open up your own studio. Your first year, you want to hit to 10K. Our second year, 20K, and then from there, 30 to 40K a month. The main issues is like logistics, what to do, systems, processes, lead generation, marketing, those type of things. These are our first steps. What you need is a complete game plan, clear expectations, additional resources. 4 to 6 months, we'd like to be doubling our income. We'd like to be creating a customizable offer. We want to make significantly more over 100K than what we're currently making right now. And then I meant to mention this too. I don't know if I got to tell you this, but I meant to go over the average of what online trainers are currently making to kind of give this more of a context for you.
Okay.
Industry averages right now on the very, very low end, 250 per month up to 500 plus. Okay. So you're a guy with a ton of experience. I'm assuming probably multiple certifications. Okay. So let's
Yes.
just say starting off, you're charging right around 400, 500. I'm going to say low ball on purpose, just so you can kind of see how quickly this can happen. Okay. So let's just say you're charging right around 400 bucks on average. If you had 25 clients, just one more client than what you currently have, there goes 10K. Happens that fast. Okay. Now, obviously, if we charge more than that, we get closer to those 500. It's going to be based upon really what we're offering. So we're going to be doing more like, for instance, a great offer is not only doing Zoom recordings. Obviously, you're probably going to be doing some type of macro coaching or, how to build a healthy plate, intuitive eating, those type of things. But if we can start doing advanced levels of, you mentioned like wanting to work with people with maybe injuries, advanced levels of intensifying techniques, and then having your Zoom calls, but then having them send in a form video and then you doing a Loom recording back. So it almost feels like they have you at the touch of their thumb, where you're actually saying, hey, Jeremy, this is what I really like. I want you to hinge back further on here. That way they have a video to constantly replay. They're not having to read a text, and it makes it more personable, right? So those little enhancements can really increase our overall what we're charging and our length of terms as well, okay? Also, a lot of trainers get in that pigeonhole of doing like 3, 6, 9, 12 month-to-month contracts. Like there's going to be some downselling we'll teach you about. But the biggest thing that I personally see is people devalue what they're worth in order to get a sale. So I would rather see people just sticking with things that they're good at. So for instance, I did 4, 8, 12. I do not negotiate, right? Think about this. Think about Lamborghini. They don't have commercials value what they're worth. They don't discount for Lamborghini, right?
That's right.
Think about the people that you train or the women you train. They'll buy a $150 pair of stretch pants, Lululemon, because they feels good and it makes them feel confident. So if they're willing to invest in that, why wouldn't you consider yourself that same level of quality, right? And that's where I see a lot of people go wrong, because they're like, oh, you can't do this. What if I go lower? What if I go lower? When you do that, people automatically are like, this guy needs me. Like I have him in the palm of my hand, versus when you're on a sales call, it should be like, hey, this is an interview. I need to make sure this is a good fit for the both of us. Because at the end of the day, if I accept you as a client, my name is now attached to you. And if you don't execute the way I want, it makes me look really bad at business. And I'm really good at business. So I need to make sure I have commitment, because I don't want you bragging and use my name if you're not willing to execute. Does that make sense?
100%. Yeah, big time.
Yeah, so that's the number one thing that I see a lot of trainers, even mastery level people, they're kind of negotiating their terms. Don't do that. Like McDonald's, Chick-fil-A, McDonald's has 1,000,001 options. People always choose the cheapest one. They spend hours trying to figure out what they want. Chick-fil-A makes like 3 things and they're doubling the revenue because they're good at 3 things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So back in the day, we used to have this thing called, you might have heard it, you're around my age, but we called it KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. You don't need 1,000,001 different options, right?
That's
if you
right.
know how good you are, that'll show with the amount of like a follow-ups you're doing. So another thing that I do as well, yes, they have check-in points, but dude, if I'm taking a crap, I'll send out an additional text. I'll do the little things to make sure these people feel like I'm over-servicing them, right? So when your workout programs, you'll have them a program like, Jameson, how we feeling today? Well, you know what? My knees were feeling great in week 1 and week 2, but man, my lower back is on fire. Cool, let's switch this out with this. So I'm constantly adapting their program so it's still next level, but I'm changing out those pain points so they can effectively get through the workouts. Most people won't do that. Hey, here's your program for 8 weeks. Good luck. That's not how things are supposed to be done, right? Cool, man. I just rambled. I'm sorry about that, man. I'm gonna get you in a good spot. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool, man. So next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen. We're going to go over a high level of what we have to offer. Then I'm going to actually show you every module on how I'm going to get you to that 10K plus. Cool. All right. Let me know when you can see my screen and we'll partner.
Okay. Yeah, I got it.
Cool. So as you know, we're the Next Level Coaching Academy. We're accredited through the Better Business Bureau. We got a rating of an A out of a possible A plus. We're also backed by 3 of the largest certification companies in the world, ACE, NASM, and ISSA. So if you had one of these certifications, this would be continuing education credits for you. The cool thing is this is also a tax write-up for you as well. Now on the success ladder, we've got 2 tiers. We've got 10K Accelerator. We've got Mastery Level Coach. Now 10K Accelerator is going to be great for an individual such as yourself who has a lot of skin in the game, has multiple certifications, but they're looking to make that transition to the online platform. The information this course can give from 0 up to 10K per month in as little as 4 months. Okay. Now, Mastery Level is for those individuals that have been hitting 10K a month consistently with their online coaching, but their main focal point is to eventually get to 100K per month. So they're kind of stepping away from the coaching aspect, become more of a CEO of their own business. Okay. So for you, I think we can easily knock this 10K out in the next 4 to 6 months. You'd be eligible for Mastery Level. Okay. Because I know your goal is to hit that 50 plus. Cool.
For sure. Yeah.
All right. 10K is really broken down into 4 phases. The first thing we want to do is we want to get you some paying clients on the online platform. We can't consider ourselves an actual business, so we have paying clients. So we'll get that set up for you first. Then we'll establish a solid business foundation. We're also going to teach you how to generate leads organically, utilizing AI software to make this more efficient. We'll also develop sales and client retention strategies to help you reach, sustain, and surpass 10K per month. Now, on the support side of things, you mentioned coaches need coaches. This is exactly what you're going to get. You'll have an assigned one-on-one coach the entire duration. This individual's completed both 10K and mastery level, so they have a 6 or 7 figure business built out the information in our course. You'll have a customized game planning call with that individual to really review where you're at, where you want to be, and what's the most efficient way to get you there. Every 2 weeks, one-on-one coaching calls very similar to this. Revisit the game plan, make necessary changes, receive feedback, and then get very specific instructions on what you need to execute. You'll also be introduced to a sales coach. This is massive. So outside of the one-on-one coach, you'll also have a sales coach. This individual will help you maximize return on investments, help you understand the sales psychology, how to lock down these leads and close at a 40% clip or greater. 5 times a week of group support calls that accommodate your current training schedule. So this will go over client objection handling, client delivery, marketing, lead generation, mindset, even case studies. 24/5 tech support. So outside of those game planning calls, you'll be able to text your coach as much as you like, 24 hours a day. They're contractually obligated to answer all of your questions. Now, as you know, as an entrepreneur, it's awesome, it's exciting, but it can get overwhelming at times. We've created the Zenpreneur method. We help with weekly mindset calls, breath work and meditation sessions, even journaling to ensure no matter what point of business you're at, you're always moving forward, okay? As far as the community aspect, you're going to have a private Facebook group, which is massive for networking and getting additional questions answered. You'll have that 24/5 tech support, the 5 times a week of group support calls, and you'll also be eligible for the NLCA Live Conference. Resources, you're going to have that course curriculum. You'll have that Zenpreneur method we just got done discussing. And we'll also give you agency outsourcing options when you're ready to make specific changes or enhancements to your program. We do offer an optional certification, which is something you probably wouldn't need, but it is there for the taking if you'd like. Any questions on that so far?
Just the with the outsourcing, as far as that being optional, is that are those things that you can just kind of tack on if you need it?
Yeah, correct. Yep.
Okay.
So like, for instance, they'll have different options for like content creation. Once you're making a certain amount, they'll talk about, way to run ads. Usually you're running ads when you're hitting about 8 to 10K a month on a regular basis. So they'll give you different options that you can utilize if you like.
Okay. Sounds good.
Cool. Now, this is the secret sauce on how we're going to get you from 0 to 10K on your online business. Phase 1, act first. What's that mean? We're going to launch our online business. We're going to let the people know who we are and what we're about. We're also going to utilize very specific strategies to get you your first couple clients within that first week to 2 weeks. Phase 2, we're going to set up all of your backend administration systems. We're going to make sure you're a full legal company. We're going to figure out what problems you solve for individuals. Based upon that, we'll then create our offer and pricing. First 2 phases will be done within the first month to month and a half. Remaining of the time, phase 3 and phase 4. So phase 3, developing consistency. We're going to teach you organic marketing strategies utilizing AI software and ChatGPT. We'll also teach you how to generate leads with NLCA's community lead generation method. We use WhatsApp group. We'll also teach you basic sales funnel creation to close down deals more efficiently. Phase 4 is going to be like the fine tuning. We're going to teach you the #1 skill you'll ever be able to learn, which is sales. We're going to show you how to maximize your sales capabilities, lock down those leads at a 40% clip or greater, have consistent client delivery systems, but emphasize customer support and client retention to keep people happy for longer periods of time and advance into higher levels of your programming. Any questions on that?
No, that's very clean. Thank you.
Yeah, you got it, my man. Now this is what we came to the call for. This is the inside. This is the secret sauce. There's 32 total modules. Each module will have an overview link. It'll also be associated with videos. So both the link and the videos are tutorial style. It goes step by step, no guesswork. Okay, first step to becoming full-time. I mentioned this earlier. We're going to implement a couple strategies right out the gate. All right. Cool thing is the resources we provide, the majority of them are already done for you. So it makes our time more efficient. Then we'll move into the 10K Accelerator Directory. I want you to view this as onboarding material that'll help you become a better student. It really shows you how to maximize the program to its fullest capacity. We're going to break this down, the roadmap, into 2 phases. What do we need to do to get from 0 to 5K? What do we need to get from 5 to 10? Okay, so again, videos, you'll know exactly what to expect. The lifestyle module and mindset. So if we're trying to hit, 20, 30, 40K a month, what type of daily and nightly routines do we need to have in place? Imposter syndrome, fear of failure, anxiety, those are all natural, normal feelings. How can we move past this to move forward with our business? So we'll set that up for you as well. Then we also identified the top 10 struggles you'll face as an online fitness entrepreneur, but we've provided solutions to each and every one of these as well. Now, administration systems and ChatGPT is where things get interesting. Have you heard of ChatGPT?
I have, yeah, I used it a couple of times. It's pretty amazing.
It's nuts, right? It's like Google on steroids, right? A
Yeah.
high-powered virtual assistant. So it's really great for utilizing it for SOPs, creating content creation ideas, even for like your programming as well. Backend systems, we'll show you how to set up waiver, Stripe for payments, DocuSign for client agreements, Typeform account to book calls. You asked about certain apps that you can utilize as well to make your programming more efficient. TrueCoach or Trainerize would be that. With TrueCoach, you can actually specify the video so it's you doing the exercises and the movements, which gives it a little bit more brand appeal. The other cool thing too is that there's other individuals utilizing TrueCoach. They can actually view your profile. It's just another way to market yourself, and people can message you directly, so you can get more clients that way as well. Even allows discounts for like equipment or apparel for your clients. Really cool. From there,
Okay.
we're going to do the same thing for your financial systems. Do you have your LLC set up already?
I do, yes.
Okay, cool. So we'll skip over that part. Do you already have like a business bank account, stuff like that?
Yep.
Cool. So I'll skip over that part. But we show you how to do all that. Target setting, we're going to create your 3-year vision, your 1-year vision, your 3-month vision. We're going to deep dive into your specific goals. And then from there, we're going to identify what challenges you solve for individuals. Okay. So based off of that, we'll create our offer and pricing. We talked a little bit about this, understanding the value that you bring. And then also, is this going to be a more do it for you, do it with you, or do it yourself program? The more that you do for individuals, the more that you offer, the higher the ticket offer, which will be established upon your length of term. So we'll actually help with the structure of your pricing. We'll teach you how to create high ticket offers as well, and when to create downsells and discounts when applicable. Organic marketing, we're going to show you different ways to increase your reach for free without having to invest a ton of money. Okay. So we'll also show you how to do 1 hour's worth of work, get 14 different pieces of content created out of that 1 hour. So it's all about convenience and efficiency here. Okay. Then we'll show you how to set up podcasts and YouTube. We want your message to be expanded. We want more people to know who you are and what you're about. Then we'll show you how to market for all things Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok related. So it's more than just random posts. There's very specific strategies behind this to really maximize its full potential. Same thing with Facebook as well. So we'll even go all the way down to the hashtag use. So we'll talk about data analytics to track what's working and what's not. And then we'll also show you how to maximize TikTok to its fullest capacity as well to generate more leads. From there, content creation made easy. Have you ever heard of Canva or Microsoft Designer?
I have, yeah.
Do you utilize those?
No, I don't.
So we're actually going to show you step-by-step how to maximize all of this. So Canva Basic, free. Canva Pro is a little bit more in Microsoft Designer. These are just editing tools. It makes your page more aesthetically pleasing, really good for branding. I want you to think of your social media as like a storefront. So when you go out and you shop something, tractor items, you want to go into that store, we want individuals going by your social media like, damn, what's he got going on? I need to go click on that page, right? So again, really good for organization. 10K lead generation framework is next. There's 3 different ways we do this. The first of which is what we call earned media. I want you to think of this as like inbound marketing or people coming specifically to you. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to teach you how to set up a WhatsApp group. We're going to tell you why it's important, who we're going to target, and why it will benefit your business. Once we have this set up, we'll then create specific strategies to pile these people in. So cross-pollination, example of that, maybe you're partnered with another coach. So that individual's audience gets to see who you are, your audience gets to see who they are. So now we're expanding our reach. We're kind of partnering with other individuals. Free resource. This is an easy one to get people dialed in. Hey, click here if you want my 7-day fat loss program or something. You get their email address. Now you have contact information to follow up with. Probably my favorite and one of the most influential is a scholarship strategy. So you're going to get people hyped up. They're going to get a ton of people wanting to sign up with you. And then the ones that don't, so say for instance, you're on a scholarship, 1 or 2 people might win. The ones that don't win, you'll say, hey man, for instance, say I didn't win. Hey, Jeremy, thanks for filling out the application. Unfortunately, you didn't win the scholarship. However, I am offering 10% off for those that filled out the application. So if you'd be interested in continuing, looking into furthering your health and fitness goals, boom, I'm already interested because I filled out the application in the first place.
Right.
And now you're offering me a discount rate, I'm in, right?
Cool.
Easy way. The opposite of that now is what we call conversation to call. So this is like outbound marketing. This is you reaching out to individuals first. Okay. So I mentioned before, maximizing your local community, doing outreach there, but then also maximizing your DMing sequence. Okay. So we'll give you specific scripts to utilize. You can change it based upon your tonality. We'll give you conversation and call examples, but more importantly, zero guesswork here. We're going to show you where to find all these leads on all 3 platforms, how to build, how to nurture these relationships, how to seem more authentic. And now that we have that WhatsApp set up, we got all these people filtered in from all 3 platforms. Now they're talking and meeting with individuals that you already trained. So they're like hearing about how awesome you are and all the testimonials. Now we can start having more intimate one-on-one conversations. So by the time they get on that sales call, they're like, oh yeah, Jameson's dope, man. I feel comfortable with him. I kind of know who he is. They're a much more warmer lead by the time that sales call occurs.
Okay.
From there, we are going to move into the referrals process. This is your bread and butter, man. This is how we made our business. Friends, families, coworkers talk about how amazing you are. But now we're going to give you added incentives to get people, or added resources to get people to want to bring you even more referrals without actually having to ask. Okay. From there, this is where you said this is probably going to be one of your bottlenecks right here. Sales overview fundamentals. If you're going to be a massive entrepreneur, you got to be great at sales. You actually got to learn to love it. We're going to teach you the psychology behind it, how to maximize your sales capabilities on the online platform. So we can do 2 types of phone. The first is like a screening call. It's a 10 to 15 minute phone call to figure out, do I really want to work with you and actually solve your problems? Okay. So we'll give you real-time examples with our coaches there, which will lead us into our closing call. This is where we're trying to lock down that lead. We're trying to turn them into a client. We're doing a ton of objection handling here. So we'll give you specific scripts. We'll give you our entire objection handling web. We'll teach you how to create down sales and discounts. This will be massive for you, creating financing options for people who normally couldn't afford to get in your program. And then again, how to lock them down once and for all. Once we lock them down, we want to go back. We want to track all this. We want to figure out how many calls were booked, how many showed, how many closed at what length of term. We want predictable data every single month. So we'll give you resources on how to track this more efficiently. As far as objection handling goes, you know about this. This is the 1,000,001 excuses people are going to give you as to why they can't start your program. So we're going to give you over 30 different scenarios you're going to hear repetitively on the online space. Okay. So the more you can study these and familiarize yourself with this, the easier it is to overcome those objections once they're taking place on your call. And then you can kind of get them to understand logically and emotionally why it's so impactful for them to start now versus putting off any further. Okay. Onboarding process. This is probably one of the most overlooked areas by majority of coaches and trainers. Someone's first 30 days in your program. This makes or breaks if someone wants to continue with you. So we want to make sure this is really special. It's kind of like a hype moment. We want to make sure there's clear expectations and there's standards put in place. We also want to get them a resource in their hand within that first 24 to 40 hours while you're building out their nutrition and workouts. Client delivery, this is your bread and butter too, my man. This is like the week-to-week process and how you deliver services. But how can we do this more efficiently? By utilizing ChatGPT and AI, all right? And then no matter how good of a coach you are, it's happened to all of us. Someone's going to ghost you. Someone's not going to listen. Someone's going to quit. It's inevitable, right? Sometimes, though, the reason this isn't happening is because individuals want to feel like they're part of something greater. They want to talk shit about your leg days with other individuals that you train, right? They want to have fun. They want to branch out and network. Some of them want more one-on-one touch points with you, right? And some of them want challenges, and some of it, believe it or not, want to be incentivized to do what's already expected of them. So we're going to give you resources and strategies on how to get them to execute at a much higher level on a more consistent basis. Cool. From there, we are going to move into customer support, the not so fun side of things. How do we deal with cancellations, refund requests? How do we mitigate it? How do we track it? If done correctly, this will lead to a large amount of referrals for you. And then lastly, client retention, which is probably your bread and butter as well. How can we keep people happy for long periods of time? How can we advance into higher levels of our programming? So we'll give you strategies behind that and then teach you how to track it. Quick recap, and we'll answer all of your questions. Sound good?
Yeah, that's very cool, man.
Awesome. I'm glad you're liking it. Program itself, 4 months long. You'll have your customized game plan call with your coach. You're going to have that one-on-one coach the entire duration. You'll have one-on-one coaching calls every 2 weeks. You'll also have a separate sales coach. You'll have a Facebook community and CEO trainings with Chad, 5 times a week of group support calls, 24/5 tech support, and the business course curriculum. Is there anything you feel like we're missing here?
No, not at all. I'm just curious of the cost.
Yeah, I'm like about 2 minutes away from that. You're ahead of me. I got you, my man. You're gonna like that. Did you get a chance to check out any testimonials?
I did, yeah.
Okay, cool. So I'm gonna skip over that. I'm gonna go to averages because I think a lot of people want to know what the basic person's doing. All right, so right now, 73% of our students sign their client month one. On average, it takes them 1 week to do so. So I remember your first goal was you said you want to hit 10K in a year. And I kind of broke down how fast can happen way before a year. So cool stat behind this. The individuals that sign their client month one, by the end of month four, are averaging over 8K per month. The individuals that don't sign their client month one, but by the end of month four, are averaging 6,500. So just to be a basic, mediocre, middle of the road person, you could expect to make 6,500 to 8K. I don't think I should ask this, but I think I know the answer. Are you an average dude?
No.
Exactly, my man. Cool. Now, this is huge. Of the students who hit a 10K month, on average, it takes them 13 weeks to do so. So again, you're not an average dude. Think about this. Not just over 90 days or less, you could be hitting that first goal, 10K a month. All right. And of the students who stay with us 12 months, they have 97 clients on their roster on average. Those individuals that have 97 clients are averaging 366,000 per year. Okay. So obviously at 97 clients, we've moved past just 10K accelerated. Now we're going to talk about bringing on a DMer for you. So that's something you don't have to do. How to hire an assistant coach, how to run ads. Those will be those things next. Okay. That's like the fine tuning of everything. Even the certifications get advanced. We're talking about gut health. We're talking about Dutch testing. It's high level, next level stuff that's going to add increased value for your clients. Cool.
Yeah.
And then the students are grading the program a 4.5 out of their results for their respectful business.
Oh, you just cut out on me.
Oh, I said, any questions on the averages?
No, thank you.
Okay, cool, man. Next, we're gonna go. Did you get to hear about the 3 times your investment guarantee?
No, I didn't.
Okay, so that's crucial. So a lot of companies will have a money back guarantee. Everyone has that. We have a 3 times your investment guarantee, or you get 100% refund back. Okay, so what that means is we attend our game planning call, which is pretty standard. We attend all of our one-on-one coaching calls, which is only 2 per month. 1 group support call each week. Charge at least the bare minimum suggested prices of $250 for you. Damn well better be over $250 per month.
Yeah.
Run a scholarship program within the first 90 days. That's only going to enhance your clientele. Have no late payments. Okay, you do all that. You show up and just do the work. We're guaranteeing you will 3 times what you invest in, or 100% refund. Year to date, we've helped over 3,000 students. We've only had to return 1.6%.
Wow.
Pretty good batting average, right?
That's fantastic. Yeah.
All right, man. The price. He's like, Jeremy, stop bullshitting. What's the price? All right, let's talk about it. Okay. Price. It's only $100,000 in your left kidney. I'm just playing, man. No, there's a payment plan of $7,000 and a paid in full option of $6,200 that saves you $800. Out of those two, which do you think works best for you?
I probably will go with the paid in full. Full transparency. I'm not going to make a decision today just because I do have a call with elite CEOs tomorrow. Is there any that we can reconnect on Wednesday?
Yeah, man, of course. Absolutely, dude. Let's pull up the schedule. Yeah, what time were you thinking?
Let me double check real quick, man. Yeah, perfect. How's like either 12:30 or 1 o'clock?
Yeah, what time are you?
I'm sorry.
Eastern, is that right?
Yeah, Eastern Standard. Yeah.
Yeah, let's see here. You said, can you do by any chance? I could do, shoot, one's taken. Can you do it by any chance, either 11 Eastern time or 3 Eastern time?
3 is perfect. Yeah.
3?
Yeah. Let's do the 3 p.m. Eastern.
Cool, man. When's your call with the elite CEOs?
It's tomorrow at 1:30.
Okay, cool. So give you some context. I never talk trash about any other companies. The one thing I want you to look for, are they backed by the Better Business Bureau, and do they have accreditations through those certifications? That's going to be pretty big.
Yeah.
Also, the price points. So that's going to be significantly a little bit higher. Obviously, we're not going to go based off of just cost. We're going to go off of quality. That's the main thing, right? So what I would challenge you to do is, if we're looking at, I would ask you to do is there something in your head or on a piece of paper where you know exactly what you need from a coaching company? I want you to think of that for about 2 minutes. Okay. Just think about it for a second. Once it comes in your head, then I want you to think about what did we not have that was on that list that you were looking for. Okay.
Yep.
So if you can do that, now run me down what you think that we did not have.
You had everything I needed. There's nothing on the list. No, I'm strongly considering you guys. So it's going to take a lot for them. And I mean, especially if they're considerably more expensive, then it's probably not going to be a go. But I'm now another thing. I like full transparency.
Yeah.
I will go for the paid in full if I do decide to go with you guys. I'm just waiting. So when I resigned from my position at Crunch, I had some, just because they paid in, if you paid, I did a little bit of investing with them, and I'm pulling all that money out and I'm using it to reinvest in myself. So there'll just be a little bit of like lead time on getting that money, probably, 2 or 3 weeks, but I want to get everything solidified and squared away. So you guys will, I'll have 100% answer for you when I talk to you on Wednesday at 3.
Yeah, then thank you for sharing that. By the way, if that's something where you get something squared away, and I know you want to do the paid in full, what we can do, I'm going to accommodate you. I think that me and you resonate quite a bit. It was same age and kind of same path. I think what we could do is turn that paid in full option to a payment plan for you. So maybe we'd only have to put down like half of that, and then we give you 60 days to pay out the second half. So that way you can get onboarded, get started, get enrolled, and start making moves towards your business. Then you have 60 days to pay out that second half, which should be more than enough time.
I like that plan.
Cool. Now, what I'll do also is I'll send you over like a very condensed video of this. So I know that you're probably going to be overloaded with like a ton of data from us, elite CEO, all that. So I'm gonna give you a 10-minute video, very similar to what we just covered, but it's like my sales manager just kind of going over the important points. So that way, if you're like, what did they say? I'll give you that. And then I'll also send you over like a picture of the guarantee, things of that nature as well.
That sounds great. Thank you.
And then I'll also send you over a text and just remind you like, hey, enjoyed the conversation. Per what you told me as far as payment goes, I will honor that paid in full split. This is how it'll work. Cool.
Perfect. Thank you.
You got any questions for me, man? Anything that I can do? Anything else I can do for you?
No, man, you were very thorough. I appreciate it.
Yeah, man, absolutely. Well, I'm looking forward to talking with you on Wednesday. I'll probably just shoot you a call tomorrow and see it and talk a little shit and see if they did anything good over there.
I like it.
All right, boss. You have a wonderful night.
Yeah, you too. Thank you.
You got it, brother. Later.
Bye.